Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
And welcome back to the program, everybody. I'm Weatherman Dustin Staples. We appreciate your time, as always, for making us a part of your day, whether you're out and about or if you're like most of us, you probably did not want to get out of bed and go to school or work, but we did it anyway, right? And now we're back home getting ready for the evening hours, and it's just going to be a good night to throw on a pot of stew and get you around the fire, hot chocolate, and all that good stuff. So, as I like to call this is a dress rehearsal for winter, as most of you are probably wondering whether, if this is a sneak preview of what's to come this upcoming season. It's possibilities. So we have a lot of things at stake between now and February and mid-March, because a lot of you probably want snow rather than a cold rain. I would agree with you. I think I'd rather more have a snow than a cold rain. It's going to continue to persist to much of us today, and more rain is expected to continue to be heavy at times tonight, and again, it'll be most likely start breaking up as we get towards the latter evening hours of this evening. So about 7, 8, 9 o'clock, we'll see most of the rain slowly exit the area. That'll begin to things dry out just a little bit more for us as we're trying to get ready to go to bed this evening and get things started for our Wednesdays. Again, we'll vary to mostly cloudy skies overnight tonight, and then again we will most likely see those rain showers out of here, and then we're just left with the cold air that is going to filter in place for all of us tonight. So again, of course, a lot of you all were a little concerned about Patrick County going 2 hours late this morning, and quickly, a recap of why they got 2 hours late, or why they did, is because friends like in Metazadan and up towards Lever's Leap and towards Patrick Springs, those roads have inclines on them. A lot of times, if you've been on the Blue Ridge Parkway Route 8, particularly, you know them curves are really steep and really sometimes can surprise you, because depending if there's a car coming or whatever. So what happens with that, the higher the elevation, which they did see a little bit of some glazing, but not enough to cause any wrecks as far as we're aware of. So, but things on that nature. That's why Patrick County went to school 2 hours late, and a lot of you are like, how come the city didn't go? How come the county didn't go? We're more on a flat, elevated surface, whereas towards our Stewart, Patrick Springs. So if you have not been out towards Patrick County, I advise you to make a special trip if you want to go out and just explore the region, and you'll discover why those high mountain ranges up towards, like I said, the Route 8, I'm trying to think of the parkway, runs right through here. So right around Metazadan, and if you're heading up towards Floyd, you know that mountain is pretty steep up to climb. So that's why one of the reasons that county goes late for purpose of that, so things can have time to melt and kind of evaporate with that region. So I know a lot of you have questions about why certain school divisions go late. One reason is about elevation, or sometimes it may be a division's decision to do that. So, but a lot of times Patrick County goes late because of those elevated roads, and particularly of how steep the mountains are. So watch out for some areas of spotty ice, I'd say, to imagine towards Patrick County even. So you may see some hints of black ice early tomorrow morning, because you're closer to the freezing mark. And again, our overnight lows are staying in the mid to low 30s for a majority of us as well. So just keep all that in mind. After a pretty cold start tomorrow morning, we will see again a mix of clouds to develop majority of the afternoon, highs staying in the low and mid 50s for pretty much everybody. So, and again, there's going to be a breeze out of the northwest, as it's going to get pretty windy as we make our way towards the next several days. By Friday, we're going to continue to contend with the wind blowing, because we have the area of that low pressure that's causing all of this uproar of moisture around our area across parts of the mid-plain states, where they're expecting several inches of snow. We're expecting no more precipitation, and it looks like we're going to be going to a dry spell for a little while now after all of this is said and done. Highs in the low to mid-50s tomorrow, and again, winds will start to quickly pick back up. A lot of questions are probably wondering for the weekend. As you know, it is a very exciting weekend here in the county, of course, and the city. We're getting ready for the Christmas parade this Saturday, and right now the good news is there's no rain or snow expected with this one, so it's just going to be cold out there, and there's a bit of a west-south breeze, so that may filter a little, feel good for a little bit, but then again, once those temperatures plummet after the sunset right around 5:15 or so, we'll most likely see the cold air in place. So that caution symbol's out there to let you know, hey, it's going to get cold quickly. So Saturday, if you have plans to do stuff in the morning, you should be okay. Just bundle up because it is going to be pretty cool out there in the mornings as our overnight lows. Yeah, look at this. Dip possibly in the teens and low 20s for it looks like for the next few days. Coming up next week, our overnight lows will start in the teens and 20s, and then we'll make a gradual warm up as we get towards Thanksgiving. Right now, things are looking pretty okay as of this moment of time. So if you're doing any traveling this weekend, you should not have any weather worries to contend with. And a lot of our schools are getting ready to come out for a few days of Thanksgiving holiday. A lot of our colleges as well. This weekend coming up for them is their time to come home and enjoy some much needed rest and a lot of that things too. So again, just keep in mind for the rest of tonight, we'll see that rain quickly come to an end. Like I said, our friends towards Patrick County, do watch out. Maybe, everybody, I know those shaded areas particularly, you may wake up to a few minor spots of ice. I'm not expecting any widespread refreezing for everybody as our temperatures are going to be above freezing, which is a good news of that. And then again, winds will pick up thanks to the disturbance that is in the upper level of the atmosphere, creating much colder weather towards parts of the Great Lakes and the Ohio River Valley, where they can see highs only in the teens and 20s. That's right, highs in the teens and 20s right there too. So they are expecting much colder air, and then again, as high pressure starts to filter in for the weekend, giving us some much calmer weather for the Christmas parade. So on that note, it's definitely feeling like Christmas, to say the least. If you want to get your Christmas tree out, I would say, heck, go for it, because this is going to feel cold, and why not go ahead and get that fireplace running so you can get out there and take it, so you can stay inside and not have to go outside. Remember, your frost, you may well be needing that defroster for the next several mornings. Take care. We'll continue the conversation on Wednesday.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.